Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English here. And today on Impact or Hit, we're going to see the TWF hard-made winnings here today. If we can seek where Autolycus, the King of Thieves, is at, we're going to have our match. Well, that's hard to say, Jonathan Coachman says, where Autolycus, the King of Thieves, is at or not. Hopefully he is in the hidden room. Hopefully he's in the hidden room in that bin with the red top on it. And luckily he is. Well, that's good for Autolycus' sake, Aiden English says, because we would hate to have to strip that winnings off of him, because that seems to happen a lot here in the toy wrestling gathering over at 30, soon to be 31 years, if it's not 31 years old yet. And I understand that we got someone who thinks they're hardcore, but they're truly not. Aiden English says. Are you talking about Jimmy Hart, who was in MCW and in WWF and WCW and XWF and TNAW and then WWE, who is still with me to this day, Joey Styles says? Yeah, we're talking about Jimmy Hart, who has that lifetime work deal with World Wrestling Glee and his 2-diff run, which started in 2011 YL. Jonathan Coachman says, yeah, it's going to be fun, Aiden English. They did all that shit. It's going to be really going to be fun. Hi, everyone. I, Jimmy Hart. And yes, this is my WCW Toy Biz doll, not my WWF LJN doll, which we both got. And I think that I'm hard middle. I think I would be a good TWF hard middle fighter. Hell, I had some matches towards the end of my time in WCW. Well, mostly when I took the WCW hard-made winnings from Finn Finley, and when I was also overseeing Brian Knobbs until he lost it, until Nervin Smiley beat him for it. And that was the end for it. Yes, I may have had one match against Nervin Smiley for it, but I didn't win it. I'll show you how hard middle I am, because I'm willing to hit Autolycus, the King of Thieves, with the Buffy the Bloodsucker Hunter doll stand. That's how hard middle I'm willing to do it. Well, here comes Autolycus now, the King of Thieves now. So you think you're hard middle, Jimmy Hart. If that's so, then why haven't you ever won the WCW hard middle winnings when it was a thing, from now between 99 YL to 2001 YL? If you're so hard middle, Jimmy, I did win the TWF hard middle winnings once, Jimmy Hart said I did. It was towards the end of 2001 going 2002 YL going to early 2003 YL. I did win it. And I'm going to win it back. You won it before, Jimmy Hart, now you think you're going to win it back. Well, I take you up on your dare, Jimmy Hart. And I don't care if it is the WCW Toy Biz doll or the WWF LJN doll. Either way, you're going to get beat. Alright. I can't stand up. Now, I'm on a stand. I still can't stand up. Oh, fuck. Alright, this is what's going to happen. You want to have a match? Autolycus, you want to fight Jimmy Hart? Jimmy Hart, you want to fight and wrestle Autolycus? Well, it's on. Here today on Impact or Hit. It's going to be Autolycus, the King of Thieves, fighting Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, in a hard middle winnings match. This is bullshit. I'm on on the stand, and that stand should be holding me up, but it's not. Well, we just heard from Astronema the hard middle winnings, which everyone loved when WWF, WWE did it, but hated it when WCW did it, Joey Styles says. This match is for the TWF hard middle winnings. First, he is from Tampa, Florida, or Tempest, Florida's right. 4-1 rights, Jimmy Hart. And he is the TWF hard middle fighter, Autolygus, the king of thieves. Well, don't forget, Joey Styles said Jimmy Hart was a former TWF hard middle fighter. He did win it somewhere towards the end of 2002 YL, or was it early 2003 YL when he won it? Yeah, and I believe it happened, Jonathan Coachman said it happened at the Kingly Thunder at that year. Jonathan Coachman says. Yeah, Aiden English said other things did happen that year too, you know. Other things did happen that year too, you know. We had Hulk Hogan become a 3-time TWF heavyweight fighter at that show as well, Aiden English says. And now Jimmy Hart thinks that he's going to beat Autolygus and become a 2-time TWF hard middle fighter, Aiden English said. Oh! Jimmy Hart just fucked up. He made a mistake. Jimmy Hart's mistake or mishap is now giving Autolygus the upper hand. And he hit him with a Buffy the Bloodsucker Slayer doll stand from Sideshow Toys, Joey Styles said. Does Autolygus have it win? Jonathan Coachman said. This goes to show you Jimmy Hart is not hard middle at all, Aiden English says. 1, 2, and only a kick out. It seems that at the end of the day, Autolygus might have to do something more than what he's doing. Autolygus is going to hit him with the doll stand. It is not working out. Oh, Jimmy Hart just hit him with the stand. Oh, Autolygus just got hit. This Autolygus doll is not the one we got from Ames. We got that back in between 99 while. This Autolygus we got from Amazon or Strong Woman back in 2004 between FYL, Joey Styles said. Jimmy Hart's going to beat Autolygus here. Yes, he is, Jonathan Coachman says. Here comes, Aiden English says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And the new the 2-time TWF hard middle fighter, Jimmy Hart. Can you believe this? Jimmy Hart, a well-known overseer wrestler, songster, songwriter, and now he's a TWF hard middle fighter. How did that even happen? Joey Styles says. How could Jimmy Hart am up beating Autolygus and now be the TWF hard middle fighter? Joey Styles says. It's like it's got to be a stunt or a lark. Something that isn't true. Well, somehow, some way, it happened, Jonathan Coachman says. Jimmy Hart is now the new 2-time TWF hard middle fighter here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. I can tell you right now, Joey and Jonathan, I don't know how Jimmy Hart did it. So he did it. I mean, it was something that Kevin Nash and Vince Russo and Kevin Sullivan and Eric Bischoff and Johnny Ace never did. They never made Jimmy Hart the WCW hard middle fighter. If they did, they didn't do it. Aiden English says. And now I understand now that Bob Walk now is now with Jimmy Hart. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm here with Jimmy Hart. I told you Jimmy Hart said that I was hard middle. Guess what? I'm the new TWF hard middle fighter now, Bob Walk. Yeah, I can see that, Jimmy Hart. We saw you beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves, in the middle of the wrestling ring, and you are now the new TWF hard middle fighter. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. A TWF, a two-time TWF hard middle fighter. A winning stat when it first started, very few folks gave a shit about. Yeah. Well, how did it happen, Jimmy Hart? Was luck on your side? Did God smile down upon you? I think a little bit of everything happened. However, the TWF hard middle fighter now, and that means I can't be here and talk with you because you might want to win it. It's not 24/7, you know. That was a WWF, later WWE one. And you don't have to wrestle anywhere outside the ring because that was the WCW one. Well, it could be like the OVW one. Yeah, I guess so. Could be like the OVW one. But I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, well, if Autolycus, the King of Thieves, coming after me, I gotta worry about that. Well, that's my talk with Jimmy Hart. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, Bob Walk, for talking with Jimmy Hart, the new TWF hard middle fighter, here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit. And we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown. Hopefully. You know.